Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today we're going to continue our mod highlight series. This time we're going to look over a faction overhaul mod. Nanu's Bretonnia Overhaul. We've covered Nanu's mods on the channel before. In fact, the Sartosa Overhaul mod, which was quite popular on the channel, also belongs to Nanu. The Bretonnia Overhaul isn't as expansive as the Sartosa one, however it fixes a lot of issues that Bretonnia currently has in vanilla. For example, the Vows system has been reworked to provide more benefits, thus make more of a reason for you to actually want to get them done. A rework of how the Peasantry system works, which was incredibly needed, and the introduction of the Blessing system, a system which is actually from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, just reworked ever so slightly to be able to fit in Total War Warhammer. But let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Your campaigns will begin as normal. As explained before, this is indeed an overhaul, but not an extremely extensive one. The mod itself is actually quite subtle, but you'll start to notice changes as soon as you go on your construction tree. No new buildings, but a few new units. You'll notice a bunch more Peasantry type and Foot Squire type units. You will notice I made a distinction of the two, and that's because Foot Squires no longer count as Peasantry, something which is very much needed in the vanilla base game. It makes no sense that Foot Squires, Knights in training potentially, would be counted among the Peasantry. Instead, they should have some sort of noble blood. There are a decent amount of new units added, mostly revolving around Peasantry and Foot Squires, but the units themselves are infantry, archery based, and also cavalry. You get a little bit of everything to fill out every single roster. We will check over all these units, including their stats, later on in this video, but until then, let's carry on. The Peasantry system itself has also been reworked. You see, now as you level up your cities, you will also get access to more Peasantry. For example, your provincial capital has 5 different levels. As you level that up, each time you'll get an extra level of Peasantry, meaning that now your capitals and your other settlements feel like they're growing as you're actually getting more Peasantry from them. There is nothing visual to represent this. Indeed, for some reason it doesn't seem to show up on the tooltips either, however it does happen. One thing added is the Blessing system. On the tabletop, the blessings would give you various different bonuses which you could custom make as you wished. Whereas here, the Blessing system is a few different sets of blessings, each of them with their own bonuses. However, the bonuses themselves are quite useful, and you're able to mix and match certain blessings to create a quite powerful lord. You can see some of the bonuses on screen right now, and some are really powerful. It really depends on how you want to build up your lord. The great thing about this mix and match system is that you're able to create whatever suits your playstyle. Plus the bonus at the end, that of Legendary Grail Knight, which gives you extra control, the Unbreakable trait, extra faction diplomatic relations with men and high elves, and the most important thing, the Favored of the Lady spell. Well, special ability. This allows you to summon in the Green Knight, which means that you won't have to randomly summon the Green Knight at your faction capital. He will be useful anywhere at any time, so long as you have that ability. I can't tell you how important this is to me, considering that sometimes I'm leading crusades in Lustria. By the time the Green Knight gets there, he won't be there for long. The vow system itself has been changed ever so slightly. Nothing too drastic, but now the benefits offered by completing the vows are much more beneficial. As you can see on screen, the benefits themselves are fairly large, and it gives players more of an incentive to actually get the vows done, whereas before, at a certain point in the campaign, more specifically near to mid-late game and so on, you could more or less ignore certain vows. They weren't really needed whatsoever. The prophetesses themselves have been updated. They have a new skill tree which focuses around mostly the upgrading of peasants. Nothing too drastic, but it makes sense to make peasants a bit more, well, useful. Especially once you get to, well, really early mid-game, where after a certain point, you really don't want to use peasants anymore, do you? Their vow system has also been changed. They're now known as troughs, and to unlock them is pretty much the same way as the Bretonnian lords. Yep, nothing inspired there. However, the troughs themselves provide unique benefits, once again mostly focused around peasantry, and then later on towards all the different types of knights. It adds a level of distinction which is still very samey but feels different for both the Bretonnian lords and Bretonnian prophetesses. And now let's check over the new units added by this mod. As stated before, this overhaul wasn't a drastic one, and it doesn't really need to always be a massive mod to change a race or faction. The Bretonnians are indeed in a good place, just a few things need to be changed here and there, and Nanu's mod seems to work quite nicely. The units added in themselves look rather fitting for Bretonnians. Yes, they are mostly reskins and a bunch of reused assets, but I've seen a lot worse. These actually look and feel like they're part of a Bretonnian faction. Although, in all honesty, many of the units suffer from that whole samey look that Bretonnia itself always suffered from on the tabletop. I wouldn't have been completely opposed to some random changes to make the units look a bit more distinct. That being said, each of the units being shown on screen do seem to be quite well balanced. Mostly, I had a few custom battles to try them out, and they all worked rather well. There was good synergy with the vanilla units. My only issue with this mod is the use of squires with longbows. It just doesn't make any sense to me, mainly because squires themselves would be knights in training. Bretonnian nobles or knights in training would not make use of a bow, as they see that as unchivalrous. But that's literally my only issue with this mod. There is a great benefit with this mod too. It seems it is fully compatible with Mixu's legendary lords, meaning that you can have all the unique legendary lords provided by that other mod without the use of a submod. This was in fact one of two Bretonnian Overhaul mods which were recommended to me by my subscribers. The main reason why I covered this one first is because I am familiar with Nanu's work. Those who have tried Nanu's Sartos and mod overhaul will be fully aware of the quality presented by this modder. As always, a direct link to this mod can be found in the description below, and if you have any suggestions regarding any mods that you think I should highlight, you're welcome to make a suggestion in the comments below or join the official Great Book of Grudges Discord, where it's a bit easier to get in contact with me. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games, where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our fame level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our king level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.